Hey there, my fellow anglers and friends. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the fishing forecast for December 20th, 2025. You might think winter means putting away the gear, but I'm here to tell you that this day holds some exciting, albeit challenging, opportunities across the incredibly diverse United States. Get ready, because we're going to uncover where the fish are hiding and how to tempt them to bite, no matter where you cast your line. Let's unravel the mysteries of this winter day together. First up, let's talk about some of our favorite freshwater fighters. In the northern and midwestern states, where the ice might be starting to form or already solid, crappie and yellow perch are excellent targets. These panfish tend to school up tightly in deep holes or around submerged structures like brush piles and weed beds. Look for them suspending at various depths. Sometimes they are close to the bottom, sometimes higher up. For crappie, I recommend small jigs, especially those tipped with a tiny minnow or a soft plastic, presented with a slow, almost imperceptible retrieve. For perch, small jigs tipped with waxworms or even a tiny piece of real worm can be deadly. Remember, slow and steady wins the race in cold water. Further south, in open water lakes and rivers, where the temperatures are just cold enough to make fish lethargic but not frozen, walleye remain a prime target. They'll also be holding in deeper holes and along distinct drop-offs or river channel edges. My advice for walleye on this day is to focus on low-light periods like dawn and dusk when they might venture out to feed. Use minnow-tipped jigs or slow-moving spoons that imitate a struggling baitfish. The retrieve should be excruciatingly slow, with long pauses to let the lure sit in the strike zone. Remember, they're not chasing aggressively, so make it an easy meal. Now, for my saltwater buddies in the warmer southern regions, particularly along the Gulf Coast and southeast, redfish and speckled trout will be active. These fish move into deeper channels, estuaries, and protected bays, seeking more stable, slightly warmer water. On sunnier days, they might push up onto shallow, dark-bottomed flats that warm up faster. I'd suggest fishing live shrimp or small crabs under a popping cork, or using soft plastic baits rigged on a light jig head. Work your bait slowly, mimicking a stunned or injured critter. Remember, patience is key when the water is cold. Look for subtle signs of baitfish or current breaks. Let's break down the overall conditions for December 20th, 2025. The weather across the vast United States is, as expected in winter, quite varied. Long-range forecasts for this December suggest a La Niña pattern, meaning we'll see a mix of conditions. Generally, expect near normal to slightly milder temperatures across much of the country. However, some areas like the Appalachians, the southeast Florida, and the Ohio Valley could experience colder than average conditions, and regions from the Great Lakes west to the Pacific Northwest might also see below-average temperatures. Precipitation is expected to be below normal overall, but wetter areas could include Florida, the Intermountain West, and the Eastern Desert Southwest. Some northern regions like the Northeast and Upper Midwest might even see snow. The average temperatures for December across the U.S. generally hover between 33 and 41 degrees Fahrenheit. Sharp drops in atmospheric pressure or strong, cold winds will likely make fish less active and send them deeper, so keep an eye on your local forecast. Water temperature trends mirror the air. In the northern states, lakes will likely be ice-covered or very close to freezing. Further south, rivers and lakes will be cold, while coastal ocean temperatures range from a cool 57 degrees Fahrenheit in San Diego to a balmy 78 degrees Fahrenheit in Miami. Colder water means fish metabolism slows significantly, so they don't need to feed as often or as aggressively. Now for the celestial influence, December 20th, 2025 brings us a new moon phase with 0% illumination. In fishing lore, the new moon can be a bit of a mixed bag. Some anglers believe the complete darkness can encourage fish to feed more actively during the day, as there's no moonlight to aid their nocturnal foraging. Others feel the lack of lunar pull leads to a more subdued bite. My experience suggests that while the full moon often triggers a strong bite, the new moon can create good opportunistic windows, especially around twilight hours when the water is calm. Considering all these factors, my overall assessment for fishing on December 20th, 2025 is a fickle to moderate tall bite with potential for good activity windows. The primary reason is the widespread cold water and variable weather conditions across the US, coupled with the new moon, which generally doesn't supercharge the bite. However, fish will still need to feed, and by focusing on deeper, more stable water, slowing down your presentation, and paying attention to those prime midday or twilight windows, you can definitely find success. So my friends, don't let winter keep you indoors. Bundle up, embrace the cold, and get out there. May your lines be tight and your coolers be full. Tight lines, everyone, and may you have a fantastic day on the water. If you found this forecast helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe for more expert tips, and share your own winter fishing plans in the comments below. What are you hoping to catch this winter? What's your secret cold water bait? Let's chat.